Okay, so the energies lately have been really strange. My other job that I go to, there's been some circumstances where I've met a few people, and one of the things that I do at my other job is there's a rack full of certain tags and stuff like that, and I'm getting a lot of energy that comes through in those tags. So people that are tapped into my energy or people that I'm connected to, their names first and last will start to appear just randomly. I could be going through a rack for like a pickup or something like that, and I see a name on a receipt because that's what they give me, and it'll be the name of somebody specifically I either was dealing with or thinking about, or somebody that I haven't been thinking about but just pops it up in the receipt. And I thought that's really weird. Ever since the full moon, the last full moon, there's been a lot of heavy energy that's just kind of been pulling on me. Anyway, so we'll get to the reading. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 left to do. So what are we gonna do this time? Libra. Okay, Libra, what do you got? So these are the original 13 zodiacs. Now, before they changed them to the 12 and dropped a Fiacus, the dates were a little bit shifted over and different back then, okay? So we've got October 31st to November 22nd, tourmaline, scales, kidney, thymus, Friday, Venus, copper, and jasper, and topaz. All right, Libra. A little bit of joy, some ecstasy, and not the drug type. You're doing pretty good, keeping yourself clean, and by that it could mean free from maybe medication or drugs, or free from a negative way of thinking. Maybe you're getting yourself grounded. Sit. To rest on lower extremity of the body, to incubate, to remain, to be placed, to suit, to have a seat in parliament, to hold a session, to keep the seat upon a horse. So maybe you're on your high horse, or in the tarot deck that would be the Sun card, and you've kind of kept yourself grounded and stable. You found some sort of balance, and you're able to navigate your emotions a little bit better than you did before, Libra. That could also go hand in hand with sitting with yourself. So that would be Hermit energy, which is really good. Maybe amongst all the chaos, you've had a moment to just sit and think with yourself. Maybe you're going out on walks, or participating in community events or something like that. Crayfish. A crustacean found in streams, also a spiny lobster, sea crustacean. That's also giving me the moon card. You know, on the moon card there is, on certain ones specifically, there's a little lobster in the water and on land, so a bit of both, a little bit of motion, a little bit of logic. And then the moon card itself is usually that what's yet to be seen. So that what's hidden is going to come to light, or maybe certain things are being held from you you're not quite fully aware of just yet. That could also be Cancerian too, the crab energy. So let's get some information for Libra. Any distractions that you may be come across so far? It could just be people or situations. Let's say you found your peace, you're starting to resonate at a higher vibrational frequency, and then you get a phone call and somebody's giving you some news that maybe is not so favorable, or some sort of situation develops and you kind of gotta keep yourself stable and grounded like you've been doing. What can we get for Libra? Scales, justice. Obviously Libra is supposed to be usually a mediator, somebody that deals with multiple people. A lot of people come to you. Knight of Swords. Charging ahead, you've got full good intention, you're ready to fight. If this is your energy or somebody you're dealing with, maybe a little combative. You got your red cape there. Okay, so full in your root chakra, it's kind of what guides you, which in itself, the root chakra is your reason for moving forward, your, what would you call that, motivation, and your kind of like a reason for being, like a destiny, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like you found a place, or you found your purpose. That's it. He's got a little bit of a branch in the background. Maybe some people are like handing you or passing you like a branch, something to cling on to. If you've been struggling with any kind of emotions, there's been people around you that have been helping you and lifting you up and kind of guiding you. Something you can kind of like cling to, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying like a codependent sense. I'm more talking about like you're able to reach out and ask for help, or they notice what you're going through and they're able to kind of give you some guidance or some positive uplifting information so that you can keep moving forward. The sky in the back reminds me of the moon card as well. A little bit cloudy. Maybe your judgment was off in the past and it's been a little bit cloudy, and the decisions that you've made moving forward. But I think there's a bit, I'm feeling a bit of a change. Like there's a bit of an energy change. It's not the same as it used to be. So if this is your energy, you resonate with this. It could be your just frame of thinking. So maybe in the past you made certain decisions based off of emotion, and now you're thinking a little bit more logically. Yeah, moving away from certain things, certain energies that aren't really serving you. You might have been stabbed in the back several times, again and again, but you haven't really let that stop you. You're still afloat. You're still able to move forward. You're still able to create and discern certain things for yourself so that you can make better choices, which is good. And something that's sticking out to me here, the sail, especially in this card right specifically, you can see on the top, it's almost embroidered. There's something to do with needlework or something to do with patience or taking the time. And then you've also got the spirituality and then the death and the rebirth. You could be joining up with somebody, or you've collaborated with an individual. This could be a partnership as well, somebody that you really trust, somebody that you would rather just be on a boat with, even away from everybody else, everything. As you can see, the village is kind of like left in the background there. It's not like you're I don't feel like you're separating from people. I don't feel like you're separating from people. You're just kind of keeping to yourself. So privacy is a big thing. You understand the whole idea of death and rebirth. Maybe you're kind of getting a little bit more into spirituality if you weren't before. I don't see you as being a religious person, so to speak. Or that's not something you were really brought up with, but maybe you weren't really into spirituality either. You kind of just had a sense of things are black and white, or they are what they are, and you didn't really give a shit. But now maybe you've kind of changed, like I said, your frame of thinking, so you're kind of moving forward. A bit of victory there. You're keeping your honor, self-worth. No longer really struggling with certain things that are being sent to you. This could be negative energies from other people that are connected to you. And it doesn't necessarily mean like they're your enemy. It just means that they have maybe felt a certain way about your life, how you're living it, your choices you've made. Maybe this whole change that you've been going through, I wouldn't say they don't agree with it, but it's kind of shocked them, so they're a little bit on the skeptical side. They're kind of giving you the side eye because they're like, who do you think you are? Who have you become, right? Like, since when do you do that sort of attitude? Or why all of a sudden? Or what's the change of mind? When did you switch shit up? Like, you never talked to us. I haven't heard from you in years, and now all of a sudden this. I wouldn't even say, even though you're a Libra, it's not like you're trying to like keep the peace. You're just standing up for yourself. Because that specific bird in the background, usually when it's in the upright, it's somebody fighting for something specifically. And this one, you're kind of just going with the flow, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes it's easier just to do that, just to go with the flow. Yeah, if there's a lot of people fighting in the background, maybe there's people fighting over what's going to happen if somebody passes away, or what would happen if a certain situation occurs. The one guy's reaching out his hand as if he's expecting something, and he's wearing a purple cap. So maybe he sees something that you don't. And regardless, it doesn't matter. You're already deciding to do what it is that you decided to do. So this could have family ties as well. What's the chaos? Like I said before, there could be chaos and you're just kind of like leaving it behind. Product, that which is produced, result, effect, number resulting from multiplication. So maybe there's been more than one occasion where you've had to deal with chaos and conflict, and you're kind of sick and tired of that. You really don't want to deal with it anymore. To produce something could be the idea that you are manifesting what it is that you want, like your own legacy. You're kind of following suit. Maybe before you were in a period of time where it was like a really more darker, like dark night of the soul, like a shadow side of you, and you just kind of were going through what you needed to do in solitude, and then you kind of broke out. You broke out of that shell. Whatever it is that you're going through right now is a huge change. Using your intuition. You have a lot of patience. Fratricide, murder of a brother, one who murders a brother. Not sure if this is you yourself. It doesn't feel like that, but you could have been witness to something. Pertaining to whether it is your brother or somebody else's, or it could just be a really close friend that you consider to be a brother. But whatever it is, there was some sort of, I don't want to say homicide. It could have been an accident that happened and you kind of either were a part of it or you witnessed it, or you just were like an accomplice of it. This could be something that you're holding on to or thinking about at this time. I'm not calling you a murderer. I'm just saying that things happen. I mean, Libra is supposed to be the justice brought in, and sometimes karma hits in ways that we don't expect. Even the closest people to us, whether it be like a close friend that we consider like blood brother, or a brother of ours that's actually blood. But whatever happened, I have a feeling that some hidden things need to still come out. Maybe you're just dealing with that. You're kind of going through it in your head. You could be feeling a bit of guilt for not speaking certain truths and allowing certain things to happen. Keep in mind that speaking the truth is very necessary, and that's the way to keep movement flowing forward. So if you're holding on to that, that may not even be yours to carry right now. It could be a burden you just need to let go. Systemic, pertaining to a system or the body as a whole. Like I said, you're going on a completely different journey. So you're kind of changing from within outward. So maybe people that you used to be around with, you're no longer really associating with them. And this could be coming back to the certain things that have happened in the past. We all have past. We've all gone through certain things that maybe we don't wish to share. I personally don't hold much back. I'm pretty much an open book. I share quite a bit of my life, even here on YouTube. Not ashamed of any of the things I went through, and I've pretty much divulged everything I can. Nobody can hold nothing on me because I've already spoken the truth. I've spoken my truth. I've gone through my trials and tribulations and I've done what I needed to do. That might be what you need to do at this time, especially being Libra, bringing in the justice, the scales, the balance. If you've already grounded yourself, maybe you're ready for this next step. Maybe that's what you need to do for yourself. You could be sick of the way the system is going right now. This whole matrix that we're in, the way that we constantly have to almost chase instead of just manifest and attract, which is in our natural state. That would be like our childlike state, being able to be creative and being in tune with our bodies, in tune with our higher selves. Even the shadow side, having understanding for that and appreciation and self-love for the darker aspects of ourselves, so that we can bring in what we need to. You love this guy. A bit of suffering. Flatter. To gratify, to praise, to compliment, to praise falsely. The people that you were around, you put on a pedestal for too long. People that you held in high honor or really, really respected that have either backstabbed, betrayed you. Even when I was shuffling just to set up here, the first two cards that came out were the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So that's the energy I picked up right away. I didn't know if I want to add it in here because I was just shuffling the deck to get it started. Sometimes it happens, the older we get, the more we realize. It's not against the person saying they're terrible. It's just you're realizing for the actions they've shown you, for the actions they've taken towards you, that they may not be putting your best interests in mind. And they're quite focused on their own selves, that anything that could benefit you or help you is not of their interest. I could put it that way. I don't know why I worded it like that. Seeing journey. What can we get for the Five of Clubs for this chaos? Not that we need to get right into it, but I want a little more understanding. I see a lot of green in the Five of Clubs card, which is unusual for chaos and conflict, but sometimes the ones we love the most hurt us the most, so I guess that makes sense. Nine of Cups. So there's quite a bit of options to choose from, and it doesn't mean people necessarily. This could just mean what direction you want to take your life in and the choices that you're going to make coming up. And I see those two shot glasses there, so you could be indulging in alcohol. Just keep in mind, it doesn't always help us make decisions. You can be responsible about it. It doesn't always help us make the decisions, though. And he's got this cane, so this brings me back to the Eight of Cups as well, going on that journey. And then you kind of just took a little breather and you've collected what you've gathered, whether it be information, acquaintances, connections, people you've talked to, maybe even you've been gathering phone numbers. I'm seeing a book with numbers in it, and you've been reaching out to certain people that you haven't talked to in a long time. That could be going back to the beginning here, where people are not even really recognizing you, and you kind of pop out of nowhere and they're like, oh, since when did you start doing that? It's a bit of an opening, like a clearing. So you went on your journey, you've been still going on your journey. I'm not saying it's ended, and you kind of got to like a clearing. You know, you go through a forest and you get to like almost like a meadow or a field. What else can we get? Nine of Cups in the upright. What is that reminding me of? Pinocchio with does Pinocchio wear a red hat? You could have fibbed in the past, or somebody's been lying to you. That could be where the moon energy that I was getting, but I'm getting both. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I didn't even notice that. I kept tapping on it. Pay attention to your creative side. There's that Three of Swords. Huh. Okay, so you're still getting over some heartbreak. This is definitely past energy. Past marriage, past loved ones, past even ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, definitely still has an impact. See the two swords in the back, how they're connected? They're joining hands, and then you've got the one in the middle that's on its own. There could be an influence from two people specifically, and you are kind of targeted. This could be from your good, kind-hearted nature, and people took advantage of that big time. But you've got your ecstasy, your joy, you're coming out of that, you're finding what makes you happy, you're getting back on that horse, regardless of what's happened. You got to be able to believe in yourself. You are like a magician, so you take everything and you utilize everything that's on the table. If you were to put it in material format and you put it on the table in front of you, everything that you can use to build something new for yourself, that's what you got to do. Tetris. Getting Tetris. Ooh. Ace of Coins. Yeah. Being able to manifest and be that magician in the upright. That card hasn't come out yet, but I'm feeling a lot of that. Co-creating with the divine universe. Co-creating for yourself. Using your brain power. That beta, theta, alpha, omega. You could be really good at astral projecting. And then we've got the Queen of Coins. I want to say this is in the upright, but when I picked it up, it was kind of sideways. So maybe somebody's indecisive of how they have affected you in the past. This could be like a motherly energy, but not necessarily. This could just be like a sister or an auntie. Somebody that has had a huge effect on your solar plexus, though. Like your inner child, your happiness. So they still have ties to you. You haven't cut cords with them just yet. Possessions. So they could feel that you owe them something, or they own you. This could be from childhood. Whatever it is, they can't take nothing from you. I'm gonna get a rune. Nature. Again with nature. Going on in nature. Oh. Jumped right out. Ah, okay. Nadis, need, unfulfilled, responsibility, hardship, delay, necessity, endurance, survival, constraint, shame, and test. So the test is to speak your truth. The test is whatever it is that you were witness to, you bear witness to, or whatever burdens that you carry that's not yours. You need to set some things straight. And it's kind of weird. It almost looks like a cross. I don't know if you can see that on there. But it almost looks like a cross. It's just a little bit shifted, slanted on the side for the one that goes sideways like this. It's, maybe I can just show you a picture. That would be a little bit helpful. Right there. Okay. Your memory is your greatest tool. That's what I'm getting here. Your memory is your greatest tool. So whatever it is, whatever memories that you had from the past, you need to be able to tap into that and use that to your advantage. I don't know why that's coming up right now. It's the lessons that you need to learn. Of course, on repeat, I say the same thing again and again because I hold that very true to myself and to those around me. Lessons are very important. We are here to learn together. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen together, but we can learn when we choose to learn from other people around us, even those that have hurt us. What else can we get? Blank. So that moon energy, that which is yet to be shared. Somebody didn't tell you the full story of something, multiple somethings. They haven't given you, they may have given you certain information, but they didn't tell you the full story yet. Maybe about your legacy, maybe about what you're supposed to be doing or what energy your bloodline carries. You could be finding out you have a different last name. If you go back. Row. A series in a line, a rank, a line of houses, an excursion in a boat with oars. That's this energy I'm getting again. Kind of like going off on your own. To impel by oars. So you are coasting. You are floating right now. You're not drowning in your emotion. As a boat, to transport by rowing, to work with an oar. And I'm also getting working with others too. You know the big ships like the Viking, they all row at the same time. That's what came into my head just now. A ranking. So this could be spiritual ranking as well. Like what you actually are meant to be doing. Helping others. Maybe aiding to others through the experience you went through. Kind of similar to myself. A line of houses. An excursion in a boat with oars. A line of houses. Not quite the cul-de-sac. What is that? Maybe like cookie cutter. Maybe you were never meant to be the same as everybody else. And then coming back to the possessions thing. Whoever this person is to you. Has a huge influence on you though. Definitely. Created conflict for you in the past. You have some sort of leadership. Can I get one of these ones that I did? What is it you want to learn? So what do you really want to learn out of this? You get the gift and the ability to discern for yourself, make choices for yourself. So what is out of your situation right now currently, different from your past, what you experienced before, you're different, you kind of came out of your shell now. You're a different energy. So what is it that you want to learn using this energy of yours? Again, with the unknown, the potentiality, the moon energy. Or maybe there's certain questions you haven't really asked yourself. Or maybe you need to be honest with yourself. Root chakra. Going back. Okay. Sometimes you got to trace it all the way back. There was something I seen too where you start off with your inner child. You're doing your shadow work, your healing work. You start off... shush. Maybe somebody... you start off with your inner child and your shadow work, but then you kind of merge into like your inner teenage years up to the point where you get to your current situation. So you, as you're doing the healing, let's say each person had 40 traumas, right? You're going to do one trauma at a time, healing, learning the lesson, just your part in it, not what other people did. Can't, it's easy for me to make videos on here and say, oh, they did this, and this, but what did I learn out of it? What did I gather from it? What was the wisdom and knowledge that I can take with me? And how can I implement that into my daily life, my routine, and what choices I make? How does that reflect on me as a person now? Okay, instead of being victim mentality, I will take that, I will transmute that negative energy and turn it into something positive so that it can help me heal, grow, move forward, even healing the bloodline, right? Because you're doing the work with your ancestors. Going back to the ecstasy and joy, can we get, yeah, let's hold these two. Past life oracle card for Libra. Trust and faith. Have a little bit of faith in yourself, a little bit of trust. Believe that things are going to work out in divine timing. If things have not happened the way that you wanted to, your ancestors in the past could have been too quick to make judgment calls, or too quick to cut people off certain ways, or too quick to take or give. And they need to learn the lessons that timing is everything. So you have to have the trust there with the divine universe, whatever you want to call it, God, if you are spiritual or religious, whatever. But whatever it is, you need to be able to have faith in yourself as well. You as an individual, what your intentions are, if you go back to thinking when you were a child and you did something really, really kind for another person without anybody telling you, you just did it out of the kindness of your heart. That's who the fuck you are, okay? If that helps. If you ever want to get back and grounded to who am I? What is my purpose? Again, getting back to the purpose. You need to be able to have faith in yourself and trust in yourself, as well as the energies around you and whatever intervention that's helping you right now. Please do that. This could be pertaining to your own children. If you have children too, they can have they obviously have a huge role in what it is that you're doing. Unrequited love. Again, this comes back to the Three of Swords. Okay. This reading seems a little bit more mellow. The other ones kind of felt rushed this month. I felt a little bit pressured with all the energies I've been dealing with, but I've still been getting up. I wake up every day. I make sure I show up for me and do what it is that I enjoy doing. I love doing these readings, even if other people may not like them, or the ones that do. Thank you very much. Thank you to those that ask me for readings, and those that have subscribed, and those that have donated, whether it be financially or even just energetically. You guys are helping me keep this channel going too, because I'm not just doing it on my own. I take what I have and I just share it. Almost like when we were younger in class and we bring show and tell. You remember that? So I share the information because I know it's important. There's people out there that maybe aren't willing, or they haven't got the confidence, or they haven't quite gotten there yet to share their own trials they've been through, or their stories, or the things they've suffered through. Okay, yeah, being able to endure certain things and still get up there and fight your fears, face them all, and turn them into your superpowers is a lot of work. This unrequited love here. There's a specific kind of chain. I don't know if this is meaning more like I'm seeing like the devil card with the, you know how they're chained up, or just like an energetic cord. This could be the tie that I'm talking about here if this individual is not actually being helpful, but it doesn't feel like that. This could be just ties to other people and whatever they are still going through. They haven't quite made it to where you're at right now, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. You're doing your own thing for you. What else can we get? Past life oracle cards. Ancestors for Libra. Come on. Greco-Roman ties. Colosseum. A lot of fighting, battling. A lot of indulging. It's empty. It's bare though. It's not being used right now. The Colosseum is empty. It's just for people to come take a look at. Maybe you felt like you were just like an attraction, or people just kind of used you, but you didn't really get the cut in the past. Again, that comes to a form of betrayal, heartbreak, but you've got lots of things coming for you now, so I wouldn't really worry about it. There's been a change, so you've shifted the energy. What did I show at the bottom of the deck there? What was that? The Wheel of Fortune? I didn't even pull that out. That just happened to be on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we'll go over to... Okay. Patience. What can we get for the Ace of Coins? Hearsay. A fundamental error in religion. Error in doctrine and heterodoxy. So there's definitely some people that you've been butting heads with. Quite possibly some of the people you dealt with in the past were religious. And you didn't really buy into that, or you didn't feel for that. Even though I do personally believe religion, all different ones have different pieces of the puzzle. But you specifically, the energy I'm getting is that you've had to go up against certain people that have certain beliefs. Sense of plenty. Phone's ringing. Maybe you need to talk to some people. Entrance. This is definitely like a gateway. Whatever you're coming upon, Libra, this is like the precipice. This is the peak, the very, very top. Breathe. Do your breathing work. To put in a trance or ecstasy. Again, that's the third time. Ecstasy. To enrapture or to transport. Something's got to be given. I think this is information. There's a desire to transfer information. I don't know if this is like genetically. This could be with your kids, or if this is like information you need to divulge through your mouth, or maybe you need to write something down. But there needs to be some sort of, maybe you write a letter. You left-handed? Family. Spur. An instrument with a sharp point worn on horsemen's heels. The whole idea of digging in the heels. So you could be standing your ground. It used to jab. The spurs were used, it doesn't really hurt too much for the horse. It kind of just gives them like a little jolt, as if somebody were to poke you in the side to tickle you, right? I don't fully agree with the spurs, but they were used to get the horse's movement. So you've been maybe, the divine universe has been giving you certain signs or a little bit of nudges or like pokes to get going. This could be with circumstances that have been happening in your everyday life so far. Okay. What else can we get? Let's get some love oracle cards for Libra. Whatever it is, you're going to be handed. You're being handed something, or you've already been handed something, or you already have something in your hand.